Hi, everybody. This is Antonia Gonzalez with CQ Foods, and I'm the social media strategist and accountant for the company. And we're here with a group of great individuals to talk about the fish talk for today, which is the Bristol Bay seafood project that's going on in Bristol Bay.
And we have a special guest today.
Thanks, guys. My name is Frances Bursch, and I work for the Bristol Bay Regional Seafood Development Association. And the mission, we're a fisherman-funded organization, so we're funded and established by the Bristol Bay Fleet. And the mission of our organization is to increase the value of the fishery for fishermen. So there's a lot of ways we do that. Marketing Bristol Bay sockeye salmon is a big arm of the organization, along with quality, which we're talking about today, and improving the quality of the product that comes out of Bristol Bay. And then sustainability and protecting salmon habitat is another arm of the organization. And then the last one is outreach. So that's a little bit about what the Bristol Bay Regional Seafood Development Association does.
How is the quality measured today? Like, what is the quality monitoring of salmon like throughout the supply chain?
Sure, I can speak to the quality measures that are taken, in Bristol Bay when the fish are caught. So there are a lot of different quality efforts that fishermen take to keep the fish as fresh as possible. There's been a big transition over the last decade of boats who there used to just not be the technology or maybe the knowledge to keep fish cold as soon as they were caught. So over the last decade, it's really changed. And I think the most recent data we have is over 90% last year fish were chilled at the point of harvest in Bristol Bay, which is great. And temperature, we've been talking about chilling, but temperature is the main measure of quality that we work with right now. And it's a great one, but it's not super holistic in that a fish could be dead or in the sun for a while and then chilled down to a temperature. That's not usually the case. Usually fish, gets chilled right away. But that's one thing we're excited about with this project is a really objective measure of quality. So usually fishermen catch the fish and the fish goes into their fish holds. And a lot of seafood companies ask fishermen to keep a thermometer in those holds that tracks temperature data throughout the day. So they could see possibly, this was really warm until the last second. And that would be an indicator that was not a good quality. But we look for, consistently low temperatures throughout the day. And then usually at the end of the day or the end of the fishing opening, fishermen come to offload their fish to the seafood companies. And at that point is where more quality measures are taken, which again, the fish are checked for temperature. And then depending on the company and their requirements are checked to see if the fish have been bled, which is that their gills were cut. And so they take a sample of the fish and check for those things, as well as ask the fishermen if they've been practicing certain quality practices, such as using a slide, which just kind of helps fish from hitting the deck really hard, or if they used a mat. Those are, common questions that the companies will ask fishermen to report. This project, that's the point where the data will be taken, is at that point of delivery where the fishing boats are offloading to the tenders, we call them, but the processor boats.
What kind of technology is being used in Bristol Bay for this project?
All right. Well, that falls in under my little category. And so what the technology is we have a handheld device. Here's one right here. It might be a little bit blurry, but what this does is that device measures the electrical properties of living or dead fish. And there's a little small compression electrode that's on the back of that. There's actually 4 of them. And you just touch that to the fish. And by touching it to the fish, it completes the circuit, the electrical circuit. And then we measure the electrical properties within that fish. And so the technology, what it does is it measures the electrical properties of fish post-harvest. And then from those electrical properties, we can tell if that fish has had heat abuse or has been in refrigerated seawater too long. We can measure the degradation status of it. And so we can tell within like a quarter of a day of when that fish was harvested. And so that's what the technology does. And so the technology takes the electrical properties. And then also this year, what we're doing is we're going to have digital forms. And so we're going to digitize other quality metrics that are currently being utilized in the Bay. And then both of those electronic data sets move up to the cloud and allows in-season management, real-time analysis, and allows companies to utilize the technology to monitor degradation and quality of their seafood products.